get physical. It's July the 17th until the 21st. Let's take a look at what we've got this week. Pikmin 4, I think we've been waiting only a decade for this after we were told it's almost finished, which confirms that this game was made by my wife when she tells me she's almost ready to go out, but we end up leaving like an hour later. Yeah, remember that nice sunshine we wanted to go out in? Well, now it's time to eat supper. This is a slightly new direction from the series. From the brief footage that I've seen, this is one of those games that I don't really need to hear or see anything about because I know it'll be good and I know I will buy it eventually. It's Pikmin. It might not be essential, but it'd be one of the most solidest put together games on the console, that's for sure. And our executive producers, Issa, Dane Wilkinson, Punky Dooster, Jennifer M and Instacritic have chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want to order this or any of the retail releases in this week's episode, then check the links in the description, especially if you live in North America. VGP is a great way to support this series, plus they have good prices in favorable Canadian money and free shipping over $80 worldwide. And if you purchase anything with our links, you can be in with a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon each week. And this week's winner is... I don't know because I only just asked them, so they didn't get back to me yet. Maybe I'll edit this later. If I don't add it in, then I will post the person's name below in the pinned comment, alright? And very soon you will get an email from VGP with your discount coupon. Congratulations and thank you for your support. Shuttlecock-H is more culture from the ironically named Funbox Media. Unless Funbox is a euphemism for... well, you can probably guess. Shuttlecock-H, what does it mean aside from there's probably some cheaply drawn boobs? Well, I was expecting a decent game of badminton, which I have to say hasn't had much representation in video game formats. I like badminton. It's like tennis, but easier. I like how your opponent can hit the shuttlecock and you can go crack open a beer and have a couple of swigs before it lands back on your side. You can be active and lazy at the same time. It's a genius sport, very underrated. But this doesn't look anything like badminton. This is false advertising. Give me badminton over boobs any day. Wait, did I really say that? This is only available in Europe because, like I said, there may be a or two on show. I'm not sure. And our executive producers Totally Grateful and JCross7776, they're probably not going to get what they think they're getting, but it's their pick of the week. Mercenaries Rebirth, Call of the Wild Lynx is what, like the 5th, 6th, 7th Mercenary game on the Switch? It's hard to keep track, but they must be quite popular since they keep pumping them out. Personally, I'm more excited about another strategy RPG coming this week. In fact, I think this game and Cross Tales is made by the same company. But I've actually played Cross Tales and it's pretty awesome. The last Mercenaries game I played was alright, but lacking any kind of personality, but whatever, it looks cool at least, and it does have a certain amount of promise. And it's only releasing in North America as far as I can see, so if you're in Europe, you may want to check it out at VGP. And our executive producers, Precision Plague and Vey, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Alright, the Low Prince. Revita is a snack ladies of a certain age take to work with them just to make sure they poop properly. I know, I have a mother, and she's already trying to persuade my wife to get on the Revita way of life. But no, my wife poos okay actually, I've checked. She's got a couple more years left before she needs to get on the Revita diet. What am I talking about? Oh, it's Revita, not Revita. Oops. This is a fast-paced twin-stick roguelike platformer that kinda looks like a lot like other indie games these days, but people seem to love it. It's very positively received, so if you're into this kind of stuff, you can grab it from Red Art Games with the links in the description and get 10% off with the code SWATCH10. If you're in North America, you're in luck because there is going to be a North American version happening as well, and you can get that from VGP also with the links below. Haiku the Robot. Haiku the Robot, super rare 4K copies. Be there on Thursday. I haven't done a haiku since I was 15 years old and I blushed when my really hot teacher praised me one time. And our executive producers, Offphone, Cartoon Soren and God of Resin have chosen this as their pick of the week. Irem Collections Volume 2 is the second offering of Strictly Limited's Strictly Money Squeeze. 3 more games in one. Why not 4? Because that means they can add an extra volume onto this mammoth collection. Here you get Gun Force 2, and Air Duel. So that's 2 running guns like Contra and 1 vertical shooter that looks a bit like 1943. They all look pretty good for the type of gameplay, but 3 really seems meager for the price. It's a shame because we know that if this was like during the PS2 era, they'd have stuck all the games from all of the volumes onto just one disc and sold it for like 25 quid tops. But you know, we're in 2023, retro games have thought to be like the same value as gold, as diamonds, as child slave labor, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Pre-orders are open right now. Dungeons of Aether is Limited Run's first game this week, and it's a spin-off of a very popular fighting game, Rivals of Aether. I'm all for nascent series spinning in like a different genre, from a fighting game into a dungeon explorer. It looks really nice, although the dice rolling aspect makes it look fun if you're an accountant. What is games, dice rolling, deck building, goddamn nerds ruining video games. I'm just joking, slightly. I mean, if you add a flamethrower into it, I might forgive it. We can have a bit of compromise, right? You can pre-order this right now. It was their shadow drop from their digital presentation. By the way, what did you think of that? I thought it was kind of boring. Telenet Shooting Collection is Limited Run's other game this week, and they always have to find a way to annoy me in some fashion. Why couldn't they have announced this a few weeks ago, just before the Japanese release? I mean, we all could have gathered this would happen. Like anyone who vaguely knows about anything between these companies, they could have like guessed this. But you know, maybe confirm, tell us some dates, what are your plans? It's just like massively inconsiderate. It's not as though they were saving it for like their video presentation, since it wasn't even in it. That makes it even more funny. Oh well, you get a few decent shooters in one package, and you can check out my review if you need more information. World of Horror is Fangamer's latest release, which means it's probably going to get a retail release, but if you want to pre-order it now, you can do so from Fangamer's website. Although Europe, that's not certain at this point in time. At least that's what they've said. They don't know. They don't know what's going on. How can you not know? This is a roguelike horror game with a visual style that's an eye doctor's dream. They'll be making bankage as this makes everyone's eyes go like a little bit funny. Jesus Christ. I have heard it's pretty good, but I just kind of wish it looked better. Neon White will be getting a retail release even in Europe, but I Am 8-Bit have opened up pre-orders for their exclusive version of it with their special artwork as per usual. This game was a bit of an indie revelation when it released last year. I personally haven't played it because why would I find the time for quality indie titles when I've got Japanese janky imports to play? Apparently very few games feel as good as this to play these days, and now that the physical release is coming, I might be picking it up sometime down the line. As I said, this is for I Am 8-Bit's exclusive version. There will be a retail release in September, and our executive producer Thorn Metal Luna has chosen this as his pick of the week. Alright, we're heading into imports, Play Asia territory. If you want to import any of the games shown in this part, then please consider using the Play Asia links below. Play Asia is still the #1 way to support us, and I thank you kindly for your support. I mean, it really means a lot to me. If you click our link, we earn a nice bit of cash. And yeah, we could also support you as well, because if you click our link, you can get 5% off if you also use the code SWTV23. But please remember to click the link first. That's how to support us, alright? Nobunaga's Ambition is my most anticipated release this week, because of course it is. Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening is finally getting a physical release on the Switch in English. Now the Japanese and Chinese versions don't have English, but you can pick up the Southeast Asian version, which does have English. Kind of like the very rare Three Kingdoms release from, like, was it last year? This is another strategy simulation game. It's a real-time one as you try to conquer Japan. I've got this and I will be telling you my thoughts about it in the near future, but if you like historical simulators, if you like Japanese Sengoku history, it's gonna be great. It's really overwhelming, so it takes a long time to get used to all the mechanics and the controls, but I think if you're on the fence, you'd better pick it up sooner rather than later, since the Three Kingdoms one, like of this kind of thing, it sold out even before release, and it didn't come back in stock. It's not easy to get a hold of. Our executive producer Robotech, he knows what's up. It's his pick of the week. Cross Tales, woohoo, is a strategy RPG that is very much taking every lesson from Final Fantasy Tactics. It's very much feeling like Tactics in almost every mechanic it presents, and even though it has that Chemco badge on the front as a publisher, do not be put off by it. If you want Final Fantasy Tactics, get this, alright? The only issue about this game is that the characters are dogs and cats, and you know that means it's going to be hell on Twitter and in Discord. Keep your children away. Who knows what artwork is going to feature on there. There is no Western physical for this that's been announced. It could happen, maybe Limited Run will do it in the future. But either way, both the Asian and Japanese physical releases have English, even if Play Asia doesn't say that it does, but they do, okay? I know they do. And our executive producer, Parsnip Coffee, has chosen this as her pick of the week. Zero Fire does not have English, but I would not have expected it anyways. Not to worry, because this is a combination of Zero Wing and Hellfire and doesn't need English anyways. All your wallet belongs to Play Asia. I think that's the catchphrase for this release, at least if you're a shooter fan. Really expensive time for you guys. I guess this isn't as essential, as I'm not sure like they're both essential shooters. Good, yes, undeniable, but hardly something that everyone should, buy. I don't know what I'm talking about. And also in Japan, they also have Wand of Fortune R2, but that does not have English. Alright, the community spotlight, let's get through this. Kiel sent in this photo showing off Unmetal, the collector's edition. This has been a surprisingly popular game for us. I've noticed it popping up more than any other recent game in our affiliates with Video Games Plus. It's the game we've sold the most of in the past couple of months, kind of weird. The Esoteric Camel sent in this photo showing off a nice variety of games, including the pioneer of Switch imports, I Am Setsuna. It was the first Japanese exclusive physical that had English. Mika sent in these games, including Atelier Marie. Nice and quick, that must be express shipping. If you didn't already, check out my review of it. It's similar to the rest of the series, just a lot more simple, and it's a great entry point if the others were too daunting for you. Executive producer Cartoon Soren picked up the collector's edition of Security Breach, which comes with a Steenbock. I don't know if there's like a normal case in there, but whatever, that is a big old box. World Funeral picked up these games. Thanks for using our links on some of them. I love the fact Moon was picked up. Genuinely one of the most charming games on the system. I love it. Roarin picked up these games, including a hell of a lot of shmups. The Japanese are feasting on shooters. Well, they're so expensive that that's the only thing they're feasting on. They can't afford real food anymore. Executive producer Thorn Metal Luna sent in this photo. They managed to get their hands on Dredge, which is stupidly almost always out of stock. I know VGP briefly got a crate of them like a week or so back, but now they're all gone again. Executive producer Vei, our man in Japan, sent in this photo showing off the collector's edition of the recent Toho game that I reviewed, New World. Some really beautiful artwork, and the game itself is a lot of fun if you go watch my review last week. It was released like just after Atelier Marie, so YouTube was a bit clogged up. It doesn't like recommending more than one of our videos at a time, so yeah, I think a lot of people missed that one. Executive producer Alex M sent in this photo showing off the double helping of connecting artwork of Absolute Drift and Art of Rally. These exclusive cover arts are from Serenity Forge's website. Gorgeous. Ashura G sent in this photo, obviously getting in a nice package from Pix and Love. I wonder if it was during one of their recent clear out sales. Remember, Unruly Heroes is exclusive to them and their website. Mumo Daniel, sorry if I said your name wrong, sent in this photo with a Big Daddy edition of Aeterna Noctis, a European exclusive. I don't really remember that one getting a collector's edition though, it's pretty interesting. Kozai Hod wanted to show off the European collector's edition of Getsu Fumiden, which looks awesome. Even includes a 2 CD soundtrack. I'm very jealous of that. Alright, let's have a roundup. Robin H, Andrew R, McLaren, Needless Dragon, Nucky McFlynn, Remy X, Fig, Fig where? I don't know. Switchback, Wankel Rotary Engine, Xiao Pichu, Alright, thank you for watching. If you watched all the way through, you're an absolute legend. Please leave me a badminton emoji in honor of Shuttlecock-H. If there's a badminton emoji. If there's not, that's just disgusting. And if there isn't, then just leave me a flower emoji in honor of Pikmin, alright? Yeah, but I prefer shuttlecocks, okay? Badminton stuff. Special thanks to our executive producers, as always, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J-Cross7776, Punkydusa, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metaluna, Parsnip Coffee, Isa, They, Mental Traveler, Offbone, Jennifer M, Instacritic, Precision Play, Kadacha, Ozgolo, Totally Grateful, and Alex M. Yeah, go check out some of our other reviews from last week. We had Atelier Marie, we had Toho New World, and coming this week we've got Crosstails and Nobunaga's Ambition. I've also got a lot of other stuff that I'm working on right now, so I hope you can see that as well. I'm a busy boy. Take care.